Hello everyone, DeckTrolls here. Today I have for you a combo tutorial for the updated Koala deck profile. It's going to be similar to the last one, but not exactly. So, yeah. First I'm going to go over all the different ways to summon your extra deck monsters. We start out a lot of the time with Obedience Schooled, and that's going to get out 3 of your level 2 monsters from the deck. And so that's a quick way to get your monsters on the field. And so for the fusion monsters, for Koala, you're going to want to fuse your Sea Koala and your Tree Otter. Now you can do so by, if you have King of the Swamp in your hand, pitch them into the graveyard and grab your Poly, unless you already have your Poly. Another thing you could do, if you have neither a Poly nor a King of the Swamp, you can use these two for a Link summon and get him into the graveyard, summon a Mrs. Radiant, and then on the following turn you can use Necrofusion to fuse them by banishing them from the graveyard and then summoning Koala onto the field. Now, one more way to do it is by using Cattle Call on any beast monster on the field. You can use Cattle Call on a beast monster, send it to the grave, summon Koala, just like that. But his effects are negated, and he's sent to the graveyard during the end phase, but he can still be recovered by using either Call the Haunted, Ayers Rock Sunrise, or a Monster Reborn. Alright, so those are all the different ways to get out your Koala. Now, Master of Oz can be gotten out by fusing your Big Koala and your Des Kangaroo with the same dynamics of Koala. You can pitch King of the Swamp, get a Poly, or you can do the same thing, send them to the graveyard, summon a Mrs. Radiant, and then use Necrofusion. Your other option is, again, to either to use Cattle Call on any beast monster and then summon your Master of Oz straight onto the field. And it kind of helps that he's not an effect monster, because then he has nothing stopping him except that he gets destroyed during the end phase. But there are ways that you can keep his stats on the field. So let's say, for example, you use Obedience Schooled. You summon 3 monsters onto the field. You get these guys out, and you have him in your hand, and so what you would do is you would take 2 of your monsters to go into Mrs. Radiant, and then you take 2 of your monsters to go into Raccoon Sandayu, and then you could use a Cattle Call to tribute your Mrs. Radiant, special summon your Master of Oz. You would then use your Raccoon's effect to discard 1 monster, to detach 1 monster, my bad, and summon a token. Now he's going to imitate the highest attack on the field, so it's going to be most likely your Master of Oz, unless there's another monster with higher attack. So he's going to imitate Master of Oz's attack, and he's going to keep that attack. And so now you're just going to have basically two monsters with 4,200 attack, and then you're going to have your raccoon, and he's going to be protected as long as there's another beast monster on your side of the field. Now he can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, but he can still be targeted for attacks, so it's probably better to summon him in defense. And then at the end phase, your Master of Oz is destroyed, but you still get to keep your token with 4,200 attack. Then, if you have a tree otter in your hand, you can summon your tree otter, use its effect on your token. It's going to gain 1,000 attack, and it'll become 5,200. And then you can use its effect again, get another token, and it will become a permanent 5,200 attack. So that's a really cool way to keep those really beefy stats up onto the field. Now, Mrs. Radiant is a monster you're going to go into a lot in this deck. And she just works really well in helping you spam out monsters, multiples. And the other cards that really help out a lot are Cattle Call and Obedience Schooled. Obedience Schooled is probably by far the most important card in the entire deck, because that's what really gets your stuff going. It'll either get you your fusion materials you need, or it'll just get you link material, or I don't know, just a target for your Cattle Call. But for the most part, that's what you're going to be doing. Anytime that you get a monster summoned and sent to the graveyard with Cattle Call, you're going to want to probably have a Call of the Haunted or something like that to get them out when you need them, probably as soon as possible. But also, there's the option of when you have your monsters in the grave and you use your Necrofusion, and that's cool too, because then you get to fuse during your opponent's turn and get your monsters back out. I think I pretty much explained everything that's needed to be done in the deck. There's summoning Master of Oz, there's summoning Koala, summoning Mrs. Radiant, which is done oftenly, and then the situation where you would use Ronin, Raccoon, Sendayu. You have your synchros in there, not because you need them. They're also not always relevant, but they're just an option. If anything, you can still go into like your Dark Mist or whatever. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't know if I explained what Koala does already, but if you get them out on the field, you could pitch a beast and destroy a monster your opponent controls. That effect doesn't work if you use Cattle Call though. Ayers Rock Sunrise is pretty cool, because for every beast that you have in the graveyard, all your monsters' attack will lose 200 per beast in the grave. Alright, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this explanation. So, yeah. One more thing I could actually add is the effects of Valerie Fawn and your Baby Raccoon Tantan. So Baby Raccoon Tantan's just a really quick way to get one of your level 2s onto the field. If it's flip summon, you get to special summon one level 2 beast type monster from your deck, except itself, Baby Raccoon Tantan, from the deck. And that's just a quick way to get either your fusion material or just protection. And then Valerie Fawn is a tuner who helps go into your synchros and also has the effect of getting another possible either fusion or link or Xyz material, because you can discard a card, target a level 2 or lower beast from the grave, and special summon it. But it has special summon an attack or face down defense position. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can only use that effect once per turn. And yeah, they just become another either fusion material, or they become link material or Xyz material, and they're just helpful to get some of your monsters back for possible use, like I don't know, cattle call or something. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, where is my monster? Yeah, so I hope you guys liked the video. I hope it was helpful. Yeah, please remember, I have 100 plus budget friendly decks. There's gonna be a lot of fun content coming your way, so please make sure to like and subscribe. Most importantly, have fun.